If I take these off, y'all be like, damn.
Looking like Shark Attack.
Sharknado.
What kind of shark are you? A tiger shark?
I'm done. This is too much.
I'm a hammerhead. I'm a hammerhead shark. I be Sharknado if I take these out.
One thing, Wendy, I was at a patient's house the other day, and I just so happened to catch Wendy on ATV, and she was doing something so lovely. She was, what's the girl's name that his mistress or his woman now? Well, she was saying, like, say her name is Lisa. So she said, "Hi, Lisa. How you and that baby doing? Yeah, y'all living off of my money. How y'all doing over there?" Like, she was putting it out there. Like, she was talking to the side, new woman, and letting it be known, like, the reason why you live in the lifestyle you live in is because of me.
It's because of
But
me.
Lisa, or whatever her name is, knows that.
Yes.
Right.
Not for nothing. They're not married though, but I feel like Ray J should get a check, a piece of a check or whatever of what Kim Kardashian makes now.
I agree.
Oh, he should have got paid
from what Kim makes, from what Chloe makes, from what
I agree.
Right. He should
from
get
what
20%
Kylie makes, from what Kendall makes.
I didn't know who Kim was until that tape came out.
Until that tape came out. That's right.
He should get a check for each time that she gets paid. I don't care.
Exactly. It had nothing to do with her daddy. Is it because of Ray J's penis?
Oh, wow. It's so funny you bring Kardashian up. You know why? Because Kris Jenner is who revived Bruce's career. So she was another woman that was the boss, was the manager. He was the manager and managed that career, and that's how Bruce Jenner became Bruce Jenner again.
Right.
I wasn't thinking about his Olympic behind either.
And that's before they show, but that was before the show. Like, she's the one who revamped his career and had him getting coins after he stopped running. So I mean, that's another woman that's another woman who did do something. I think, you know what, there's a lot of badass boss women out there that manage careers.
Yes.
The way men have managed careers for females, that they know how to go in and negotiate and be like, no.
Yeah.
This is what it is. This is what it's gonna be.
And that's why I brought up what I said at the beginning about that double standard. Because from the beginning of time, number one, we were not even a part of the Constitution and nothing like that. We had to wait till how long to get even rights to vote and be considered somewhat equal in this country. Meanwhile, women all over the globe have been doing it for centuries, but yet in this country, we're still like, behind. And then, I mean, you have other countries, obviously, that the women are seen and not heard. We all know that. But in this particular country that claims to be so, advanced, right? And so forward thinking and forward moving, women are the ones that hold down the house, historically hold down the house, hold down the kids, make everything run. But men are the ones that hold down the jobs and make everything run on the outside. But yet we're able to do it on the outside and on the inside and do it seamlessly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We are able to multitask seamlessly, but yet we're not able to lead this country. You have 46 presidents and none of them were female. None of them were good enough to be female. We're not good enough to run the country, but yet these niggas done ran this country into a doggone pit. I'm just saying, there's a double standard.
It is true.
You can be the most lamest, unremarkable person and get promoted to be the president of the United States.
But look at Hillary. She was qualified. She was highly qualified. She had the resume to be president. But we can't get past the fact that she's a woman. So we'd rather vote for
a man,
a celebrity who had no experience to be president.
Put that in.
He had a lot of women that voted against Hillary, that voted for him and against Hillary.
Yeah. I think a lot of the times that they say like women can't run things because they say that we act on our emotions. We don't think logically. And like, this is what some men think. They're like, oh, you guys are too emotional. You guys don't, you wouldn't know. Like, if you get your period, would you think straight?
I keep telling you, I have such a different view. I actually believe that men are more emotional.
Men are so much more emotional than we are.
The pain that they cause women. If we was to call that on now, they were like, oh.
They can't deal with the stuff that we deal with.
They were like, oh, you said
we deal with they would never be able to deal with that.
There is a freaking double standard, and it pisses me off because it's just like, I see women so strong.
Yes.
We like literally, like, you know, it's Black History Month, damn it. And I had posted a picture of a Black woman nursing a white baby.
Oh, I saw that one.
And this is what we had to do back then, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we didn't sometimes have enough milk for our own when we came home at night, right?
Right.
So we had to nurse their baby, clean their house, cook their food, yes sir, no sir, all that good stuff, and then come back and be submissive to our own husband now.
Yeah.
Right.
Who is now broken because of society.
Yep.
And probably is abusive and overly what's the name to the woman because you know of everything that he's going through. So now she got to be submissive to this dude, and he's like, "Where my dinner?" You know, and you know what I'm saying. And we got to deal with that and deal with with our kids, and then do the same thing all over again every day until the day that we die.
Right.
Like, come on. You trying to tell me that that's not strength?
Girl.
But they see boobs and it's like, oh, well, she's not strong enough. And it's just like, yeah, no, but just
they didn't say that with Trump. Trump had big boobs and some of the chicks. I know.
We're not gonna do this.
Am I lying? No, you're quite right. Well, tonight, on this very night, you're about to hit me. Come on. Am I lying?
You know what? I forgot what I was going to say.
And his foundation didn't match. So come
on. At least we know how to blend.
And you know what? Going back to what you were saying, Chaya, because you said something really important. You said how the woman had to leave her job, and then she had to go home to her husband and be submissive to him because society, you know, made him feel less than. So now she got to try to put him on a pedestal,
right?
To make him feel like a king. Right. And indirectly, that's what Mary J. Blige, Wendy Williams, and a lot of other women, not just Black women, but a lot of other women have to do for their husbands because their husbands come, like you said, Keisha, you said a lot of men are emotional. So a lot of men being emotional behind closed doors, they're like real bitches. So now, and then they put those bitch moves on you and try to make you feel like it's your fault that they feeling like a bitch. So now you gotta put them on a pedestal.
I wouldn't say bitch.
Well, emotional, whatever that is. I don't know.
Well, female dog then, if you don't want to say bitch. A female dog.
I would not say that about a man.
Was Lassie a girl? Lassie was a girl, right?
Lassie was a boy.
Ooh, he had a little.
I think Lassie was a boy.
Ooh, look at that.
There was the girl. No,
Benji.
No, never mind. I don't know no girl dogs. Never mind.
Blue from Blue's Clues. Blue.
I can't.
Blue was a girl. Wow.
Blue was a girl, and the people was a boy.
Lassie was a female dog. However, each Lassie.
I'm gonna say, what you say, girl? What? Heart is on fire.
dogs, but they were actually male dogs.
Okay. So Lassie, go ahead, Kish. Finish your statement with the Lassie.
Yeah, so now he acting like Lassie in the house. So now and he trying to make you feel like you the reason why he feeling like Lassie, because you don't respect me and blah 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 blah. So now she got to give up some of her strength or all her strength, depending on what level of Lassie he's on, to make him feel like a man.
Preach, sister.
But that also stems from generation to generation.
Preach.
It does.
That stems from generation, because a lot of Black, they didn't have their father and stuff in the house. They didn't know all of this stuff on how to be a real man, and it just trickled down from each generation to generation. Like
I say, we digging deep here. We digging deep.
Child,
that's another conversation. Because listen, there's a conversation I need to have with our people, and the fact that I love to watch rap videos. I really do. I'm ratchet when it comes out, and I be when our women are the subject of being, I don't know what you want to call them. What do you call these women that are on the videos? So anyway,
I was like,
what do you call them?
Video victims.
But we're like the only culture that does that. The rap culture, we the ones that subjectify these women, and it's all about their beauty, blah blah blah.
No, they be having them in the rock videos.
Right, Keisha.
They be having them in the rock videos.
Do you listen to other music and watch their videos?
I see like reggaeton. They be having them, the girls with the, they be having.
No, have you watched one of them rock videos?
Actually mimic rock videos from the women.
I was like, do you see some of them rock videos?
I think we took the baton and just ran with it. I just think we just took it in.
No, it's because Black women are shapely.
Shapely, yes. Yeah.
So you notice it
more than in the rock video.
You had natural voluptuous women.
Right.
Opposed to watching those regular body girls.
Right.
But you gotta admit, it's a little, because even sometimes I cringe. I'll be rocking like,
you're not gonna put that on us. You are not gonna put that on us.
You can't put it on us because we didn't have to push it that far. Remember the whole thing with Nelly swiping the credit card down a girl's
right.
We took it there. We took it to the demeaning.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the reason why I brought that up was because one time I had a conversation with a Black man, and we both came to the conclusion, and I was surprised that this Black man had agreed on what we discussed, that the reason why Black men are the way they are with Black women is because they have not been able to conquer anything else on this earth, especially in this country. Like you go to Manhattan, there's not one building owned. I'm talking about skyscraper owned by a Black man. So me and this Black man had a conversation how Black women are what is being conquered by Black men. So the more Black women that he can collect, that's his property, because he has nothing else to show to society of what he can do.
But that seems like a personal problem, because
that is a personal problem.
That's a personal problem.
Now, when you say personal, what do you mean? What do you mean in that way?
Personal meaning you need to get just to that's deep inside. Like that's that's your pride, that's your ego, that's your your unhealed situationships and all stuff and all of that. That's a personal issue that you got to deal with, boo.
But it's a lot of them doing it.
I think a lot of them do it with white women too, because remember there's a lot of Black men that.
But why is it that in the hood, 75, I forgot the percentage, about 75% of Black families are not married?
Well, that's another story. Slavery.
That's another story.
Yeah, that's I think that's generation, that's trickled down from all of the
y'all, when I was growing up, I used to go to a lot of weddings. Now, when somebody invite me to a wedding, I'm like, thank you, Jesus. Somebody get married. You got an invitation to somebody's wedding.
Nobody's getting married nowadays.
But see, the thing about it is, because,
you believe that? Huh? You believe that nobody's getting married?
People get married, not like they used to.
No,
why would they buy the milk when they get wait, what's that saying? Why buy the cow?
Why buy the cow when you get the milk?
A lot of these men are getting the milk for free because a lot of women are having low self-esteem. So they're giving out the milk for free.
I think that there are people who are getting married. It's just that they choose to not do the whole big thing, the wedding and reception and all of that stuff. I just think they just like, okay, let's go down to the court.
You know, the new wedding is the baby shower.
And we done.
The baby
shower.
The
new weddings are the baby shower.
Some girls be dressed up like bride. You got the train, got be down the block.
I have a question because you said you used to go to a lot of weddings. In all of those weddings that you've gone to, how many of those people are still married?
I was gonna say that too.
Most of them.
Most of them? Okay.
Yeah.
How many?
The younger generation did not get married.
Not as I think it's in between. Like
people are waiting longer to get married.
Yeah, I just don't think they're getting married as young.
No, let's eliminate ourselves. Let's act like we didn't know each other. Why is it 75% of our communities not get married? Why 75% of the Black youth are born into single parent homes?
I want to see those statistics.
Yeah, I don't think those stats are.
I want to see those statistics, and I want to see what metrics they use.
Yeah, because it's just like I know a lot of married couples.
Because I've read certain articles recently that says that we are the most recent as far as maybe a few months back that Black families are the most advanced as far as, you know, getting married and having, you know,
having kids yet, but marriage, like these people be having like what, how many years under their belt? Like 10 years of dating and relationships and nobody has a ring on and stuff like that. I believe that.
I have been with my husband since 1986, 87.
That's like a really
I got married in 2001. I had a ring, but it wasn't, nobody was running to get married.
Yeah, right.
But we were still together.
Right.
Y'all are unicorns. You can't.
But no, because we're not unicorns. That's just it. We're
right.
Really
there are people that do that.
There are people like that.
There are people that
There are people like that they have been together for years. I actually, somebody that my mom knows, they were together for years and they finally decided to get married. I'm like, okay, y'all really decided to get married.
Now, after all these years,
y'all got a few friends like that. And now y'all want to get married. But you get what I'm saying? So I don't know, because you could be with somebody and that's another thing I can't knock, because I was one of those people that had a kid and all of that before I got married. And I still got married.
I think a lot of people realize after a while that if anything was to happen to that person, they wouldn't be.
I had life insurance on him before we got married.
Like I said, you're a unicorn.
I knew she was gonna say it again.
Like, what are you talking about?
Sometimes people say, I'm like, we had all of those things.
Right.
We had joint bank accounts. We had those things. We just didn't have a certificate that said we're legally by the law.
Right.
But
you're legally married.
We did stuff that some people we knew that were married did not have.
I'm looking at the Census Bureau. They said a higher percentage of Black children live with single mothers. 38.7% of African American minors live with both parents. Now they don't even say if their parents are married.
So it just says single mothers.
Airspace.
Yeah, there's a lot to. They have it like really broken down into pieces, but I know it's not. Cause think about it, when you go to the hood, like how many of them chicks in the hood are married? Like let's keep it gully and real. How many when you on Instagram you see all these girls when these pregnant girls with the long trains looking like they about to get married? How many of them got the ring on their finger? Okay,
you're not going to. They get proposed to at the baby shower. That's a lot of
I'm not gonna do this with you, Eve.
I
know what Lassie's, okay.
They get a proposal at the baby shower. I'm telling you the truth.
You know
I'm not gonna do it.
Are you being
honest with y'all? That is a subject that I am not touching. I'm not doing it because we all have our own ways of how we did things in our own situations, and I'm not knocking nobody on their choices and their decisions on how they choose to rear their families and what choices they made about how they were going to be married. I can't.
But you know, it's deep. Everything that we've talked about up until this point is interconnected. So we're talking about the lies. We're talking about dealing with two women.
Just saying,
we're talking about not telling one woman, and one woman don't know, the other one knows. You know, it's all of that is interconnected on the core of why a lot of people are not getting married. Why buy the cow when you're getting the milk for free?
And also you have to think about the
demographic.
Black men, good black men, marriage material black men are not always that easy to find.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, Yvette, do tell. I know you going through it. Girl, you about to get your master's.
You know, you gotta separate the ones that don't like black women.
Triggers.
You gotta separate the ones that are gay.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
You gotta separate the ones that are institutionalized.
You just mentioned 80% of the black men. Them three right there.
So out of that, I just mentioned 3 demographics. So now you got the one. You got to mention the ones that are not gainfully employed. So now you looking for a good black man with a good job, some type of education.
But what is a good job? Like, what's the
one that gets benefits? How about
what's the cry? Okay, no, I'm just saying.
That get benefits.
You can work at Amazon as long as you get some benefits.
One that's not part time, and one that gets benefits.
Okay.
One that you can get 401k. You can get life insurance. You can have your employee plan where you could get discounts on movie tickets and
great adventures.
You got EAP at your job,
and you can get discounts on trips and stuff like that. You know,
if you get employee benefits.
Okay, so you actually have a company card, a card with your name on it, and a picture.
Does that include salary? Does it include salary? Do you have to make a certain amount?
Salary.
Does it? Do you have to make a certain amount?
No. Some jobs are good, but because they have the benefits alone, like you get good health insurance.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Pension.
Like the health insurance is only $5.
That supersedes the annual
Good health insurance in 2021 with COVID is like having a card.
If I got it,
okay.
If he has,
you show that insurance card, you be like,
if he got insurance and he paying $5 a month for his health insurance and good insurance. All right, come on, let's go.
$5 a month. Let's do this. Like, put it on that.
That sounds like welfare to me.
You walk into that doctor's office?
No, there's some jobs that the company will pay for all of it, and all you have to do is pay your little $5 a month.
They're far and few today. Years ago, yes. They're not as generous as they used to be.
True, very true.
How much money I was paying for his health insurance for the whole family?
I had one of those jobs where the benefits was the bomb.
Yeah.
And when you got that, you be like,
I got a pension. I got a pension.
And most jobs don't have pensions. So if he got a pension,
right.
You know what?
If you're in the financials and most publishing today, you're not getting no pension.
Right.
Only people getting a pension right now is the state and the city.
Yeah.
And you know the state, you get good health insurance.
Hello.
You get good eyeglass well.
Hello.
You get good dental. You know, your teeth, you know, because you know they got the teeth done and everything. You know, that stuff counts.
True.
Child.
You can get your teeth done. Sign me up. Where do I sign? Because I need to get my veneers redone. Okay.
Sure. Veneers. She didn't say no caps. I want veneers.
These are veneers.
I know that's right.
I need to get them redone. They old. I need to get these redone. It's too expensive. I need that good showings.
Good showing.
I need that good showings. If I take these off, I will look like Dracula.
You know what?
Let me tell you something. I got jaggeds underneath these.
You'll call you jagged edge.
You know what?
They shave them joints down. If I take these off, y'all be like, damn.
Looking like Shark Attack.
Sharknado.
What kind of shark are you? A tiger shark?
I'm done.
Oh,
this is too much.
I'm a hammerhead shark. Listen, I be Sharknado if I take these out. You hear me? I need good showing.
Over here. If I take this out, I look like I'm a crackhead. Just missing.
I be like Jerome. Which one right here? Should I be cheer?
So now that we've spoken about the cars in our mouths.
What are we talking about?
I don't know. Talk about benefits. And a good job.
A good
what
job
qualifies a good job?
Yes, that is what qualifies for a man to be.
So since you gave that list, and Yvette, you're you know.
Don't call me.
How has the streets been finding this man with the benefits?
Well, I'm looking now.
Oh, all right now, Shanah. Tell how will we find these men for y'all?
I don't know. I'm looking.
Like, how do you find? We should develop an app, men with benefits.
Because you can't find it in the church.
A dating app, men with benefits. And you know what? Somebody watching this is going to do it, and I'm going to be pissed off. And I'm like, you bitch, you lassies, I told y'all we should have did it.
Like, dating is so hard nowadays. Like, there's nobody out there. Like, I
think they are. I think that
they're taken.
No.
I've been out there for 3 minutes. Out there for 3 minutes. Talking about that.
Right.
Yvette, go ahead and say what you were saying, Eve.
I'm saying I'm being hopeful.
The season.
I'm just saying I'm being hopeful.
People.
Okay, so let's hear Miss Yvette.
Well, the people on my specific journey, it's really hard to date nowadays because everybody wants stuff that's like, you know, they're all craving the sexual aspect. There's nobody craving everything else. And at least for me, like, it's like when
everybody could swipe right if you
I don't like know if you guys know, like, I'm abstinent till marriage now, so it's been like really
a hard one.
Yeah, like, and I'm 9 months in, so it's like really tough to date someone.
Well, that's really deep. Go ahead, Kish. Go ahead.
So if you don't get married until, say, 20 years, you're gonna abstain for 20 years?
That's what I'm trying to. I'm trying to be abstinent till marriage, actually. It's not easy.
Very admirable.
Now, when you meet a guy, do you at least let him know from day one that's your morals?
Yeah, and I'm actually on abstinence app. That's like a social media app for abstinence.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay.
You know, there's an app for everything.
There's an app for everything.
Kish, I need you to get on that men with
benefits app.
Yeah. Somebody gonna watch this and snatch that idea. I'm telling you.
If they have the you want to marry a millionaire, you think that app don't exist, guys? That app exists. It's already out there. Those criteria that Kish is talking about, that's already in an app. Mm-hmm. That app exists.
So let me ask you a question. Going back to your, so you're on this app with these dudes. Mm-hmm. The men, do you think? First of all, how do they look? Are they attractive?
Child.
Like, I guess that's a yes.
There's some that are, yeah. There's some.
Like, right, do they look like dude from Bridgerton? Or do they look like dude from
like there's from who? Ones. There's I think there's like a it's not a lot of, oh my God, he is so fine or whatever. But like I think there's a lot of decent guys on there from what I've seen.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so they are out there. It's just now you got to find somebody that meshes with your personality.
Yeah.
What's the name of that app? I'm gonna text it to somebody.
Because I was like, you married.
Wait, why Shanah's phone gonna ding?
No, I already talked to her about it. So it's called the Sexless Tribe. It's actually a new app this girl created. It's called the Sexless Tribe. And they have support groups on there's also support groups on Facebook. There's support, like, just all around.
I love it. I like that.
It's really hard. Like, it's like, oh my God. But I have to say this journey of this 9 months, especially with therapy, it healed a lot of issues that I was dealing with. I feel depression lifting off. I feel me being okay with being alone and not depending on having a partner. Mm-hmm. It's like the boundaries that I created for myself. I could spot someone that's only here for sex a mile away now. Like, I know what you're coming to. Like, I know I could see I'm like, you ain't about it. So it takes away a lot of heartbreak, because a lot of times you think you go bust it open and stuff like this, and then it's like, all right, I'm gonna head on out, and then you just sitting there like, I just gave someone my goodies, and they didn't care enough to stay or even put a ring on it or marry me or something. So, but to each his own. It's just the journey that I'm going through now.
That journey, yes, honey.
I just had one question, because when you said that dating is hard today, was dating ever easy? Was there ever a time when dating was, because you always say, people say dating is hard today. Was there ever a time when dating was easy?
I think now it's harder now because of the easy access.
Yeah, it's so easy to
get that,
Right. I think it's easy. Like, I think it's now like more people are like just open to just sexual and stuff like that, and it's just like hard to like, well, you're not giving it up, I could go over here and get it. So it's just like, like it's like, like you can't find nobody that's like, no, I want to sit there and get to know your mind without even having the sexual aspect or something to it.
Isn't that something that you control? Because I always hear people, when I talk to women, and I'm just asking them questions about the conversation that you have with a person. Well, what do you know this about him? And the answer would be like, no. I'm like, you don't ask.
Right. I think
I think the biggest problem isn't, I don't know if it's just the today issue. I think it's always been an issue with people don't know how to communicate. And a lot of times I think people use sex as a form of communication. Before you get to know someone, you'll jump into bed and then work the stages afterwards. Before you build up the conversation with somebody. Like, I always joke with you, and I'm like, what's his mama name? What's his mama name? Where his family from? How many siblings he have? But if you can't answer those questions after a month, you wasting your time.
Right.
Because I think you're doing yourself a disservice by not trying to get to know that person.
Right.
And if that person isn't willing to give you information to have casual conversation with them, then if you drag it along, that's you doing that to yourself. So is it really hard, or do we make it hard because we just are afraid to have communication with people?
Right. I think that's true. And I like, even for me on my journey of abstinence, it forces me to communicate. It forces me to talk. It doesn't like put the whole physical aspect into it. It's just like, I know what I'm dealing with. Like, I could really pick your mind. You could pick my mind. We could talk about things. And then the stimulation off of speaking and stuff like that, it becomes greater. Like, okay, when that time comes, I know the sexual aspects, because women are mental for me. Well, at least for me. Like,
people are mental.
Huh?
People are mental.
Yeah. Or emotionally. So I know, like, later on, I know because we built up this great conversation and we know each other, the sexual aspect is going to be great later on because my emotions are tied to your mental now.
And I think a lot of times it's just simple things like, stop texting.
Right.
Like I listen to young girls and they say that, oh, well, I only know him on Snapchat. And I'm like, so you've never picked up the telephone and dialed his number and heard his voice over the phone? And they're looking at me like, no. And I'm like, okay, maybe you should try doing that.
Right.
Pick up the phone.
Not even pick up the phone. There's Zoom. There's all of these things. Y'all can have virtual dates, talk to each other.
Who was it? Was it Kanye that had rapped about having FaceTime chats before on one of his songs? Like, there are so many ways that you can communicate with each other instead of just doing this all the time. Like, you can't get to know somebody by doing this.
I agree.
You can't. How you get to know a person by time? And I don't think that if you want to be a 15-year-old texting with another 15-year-old, okay. Right. But I think by the time you like 18, 19, 20, you need to be picking up the phone and having a conversation. Right. Because if you go away to college and find your college love, then you need to know how to pick up the phone and have a conversation with somebody.
Right.
Now, what's wrong with going on a date?
Well, it's COVID now, so it's a little bit tougher. But I know what you.
There's so many times when I hear people talk, I'm like, so, like, what you do with dude? And it's like, what you mean? We hook up, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, some people find ways to date during COVID.
What
I like about Yvette, what I like about that app that you're on is that at least you don't have to fear. If you generally meet somebody that you like and you know that they're really truly about being abstinent until they get married, at least you don't have to worry about it being one-sided. Like, say you were dating someone and they knew that, okay, you're not going to be intimate until you get married. It's okay. So they'll date you, but still be messing with people on the side until you decide to change your mind. But at least you don't have to be worrying about that on one end.
And then I don't have to worry about the pressure, because I could talk to some guys now, and when they find out, like, I'm like, no, I'm really waiting to marriage, they be like, not for long, not till I'm done with you. And you just like, what? This is exactly why I'm asking.
A lot of men take that as a challenge.
Yes. Yeah, like yeah.
But then it's just like
I'm gonna give it a break.
So are you really for me, or you're just looking for a challenge? Do I want to be with somebody that sees me as a challenge and just wants what I could give them in the bedroom, or is this person really looking for me?
Stay tuned for scenes for part 3 of Between Sisters.
You don't do it. He's mad. He was hating.
What are we doing? So damn boring.